Making this quick video today to give you a couple of ideas on how you might track your clients' activity outside of their normal training. So the first thing I would do is either use a group or set up a new group. So I'm going to set up a group for tracking. Come up to More, Client/Groups. Click on PTD Groups. Click on New PTD Group and name it. I'll just call this in Tracking and Create. Once you've created the group, it'll come down in your list below, or you can just use the search box to type in your group. And by clicking on that, it will take you into the group's dashboard. Now you're inside the group dashboard, just click on Add Coaching/Tracking. Come down to Results Tracking Sheet and click on Add. That'll bring you down here where it just says Track Other Results. So under Choose Action, click on View/Edit. So once inside the results tracking area, just click on Add Tracking. And you write down what you want them to track. So you might say additional activity. And then add. For this, you may or may not want to put any particular units that you want tracked. For example, you might have them wearing a pedometer and you may want them to record the number of steps. If you want them to do this, then you just come up to Add and you can record steps and use your units as steps. Alternatively, you can leave it blank and there will be basically space for them to write in notes. So they just write in whatever they've done and they let you know what it is they've done each day. Now, once you've put in what you want to the results tracking sheet, just click back to Group and then click on Schedule and add an event. I would always do things in the group days after joining because that means whenever a client joins your services, it just goes from that time and it starts anew for each client. So I would start it 0 days after joining or 1 day after joining, depending on when you want them to start tracking this activity. Probably put this in the evening because you want to see if they've done it during the day, so 8 PM. Event type would be Update Progress. And then you click on Results Tracking. Repeating, so I would have this every day for the entire program. So let's say you're doing a 12-week program. I'd have it every 1 day for 12 weeks. And you could write in the notes any sort of instructions that you wanted them to do. So perhaps you'd say, please write down today's additional activity. You could even ask them to include the number of steps taken if they use a pedometer or something like that. And when you're happy, save it. Now once you've saved it, you'll see that it comes into the schedule for the group. So any client that you add the group to will get that put into their schedule. You can add this to any of your clients just by clicking on Members. You can select either members of another group, individual members, or you could add all of your current clients to this group and then copy that tracking into their account. So that's in one click. You can just do that and then click on Add. Or you can add all of this to new clients by clicking on Add Client, putting in their details, and then this little box here where it says Add to Groups, all you do is select your tracking group, Add, and the box is already ticked to copy the tracking content to their account and save. So that will now go straight into that client's account. And you can send them their login details or not at this point, entirely up to you. So let's very quickly go into the app and see what that looks like for this particular client and how they would track their additional activity when set up like this. Having set up your additional tracking for your client and put it into their schedule, this would be the screen they get to when they log in, and all they would do is click on their schedule, see that they have to update their results tracking, and it has a little instruction because you wrote it down. Please write down today's additional activity. So they can view that, and there is their additional activity. Click on the down arrow and simply write in what they did. and it gives them complete flexibility to write down whatever they like. If you go onto the down arrow again, you'll notice that it has been dated and everything is saved. Once they've done that, you will get an alert up here in your dashboard. This will be instant, so you just click on that and find the particular client that you're looking for. So this one is a new client. Click on them and it will take you into their activity page, and you'll see that the date is there. So Tuesday 11th of April, it is also timed, and it'll tell you what it is. So they've recorded their additional activity, and then you can view what they wrote down, and it will let you know that they did gardening for 1 hour. If you want to, from here, you can message them directly by clicking on send email just to say, well done, good stuff, or you can just keep track and keep it in your head for the next time you contact them.